Welcome to Wednesday Walkabout, a casual and brief discussion of a topic of random interest as I explore the world of videography. So I was sitting around the other day thinking about vlogging the Osmo Pocket and more, quote, serious camera gear, unquote. I've been a photographer for quite some time, and I have a bunch of gear I can put together to test against the Osmo Pocket, so I decided to assemble a system that would retail for around $3,500 and do a side-by-side comparison to the $349 Osmo Pocket. Coming up next on this episode of Picks to Flicks. There are a lot of people vlogging on YouTube and other social media sites, and the classic image of a vlogger is somebody with a camera on a stick turned on themselves, walking around talking about whatever interests them at the moment. I haven't done much vlogging, but recently when I picked up the Osmo Pocket, I started to play around with the concept. One thing I wondered though is how much better I could do by putting together a more serious system of higher quality, higher functionality, and not the least, higher price. I decided to put this system literally side by side against my Osmo Pocket and see what the results look like. The higher end system I assembled was made up of my Canon EOS R with one of my favorite lenses, the Canon EF 16-35 f2.8L Series 2. I plopped this setup on my GorillaPod and along with my Osmo Pocket attached it to a selfie stick with an external mic, and I took them both out for a brief walk around the neighborhood. Here's what the results look like. Okay, going for a walk here. It's kind of a bright day. I'm not sure how well this is going to turn out, but we're going to try it anyway. We're looking at the Osmo Pocket and the EOS R with a 16-35 f2.8L lens on it, and I've approximated the same focal length as the Osmo Pocket, right around 26 millimeters. So this is a big study in difference in weights, because the Osmo Pocket I think weighs about, with all the selfie stick and everything, well, I'll check the weights later, but I think it's about a pound, and the EOS R with the 16-35 is about 5 pounds. So I know I've seen a lot of people on YouTube carry this a larger mirrorless or DSLR on the GorillaPod. It's a little much for me. So I think the good alternative here would be to carry the lighter unit, but I'm gonna see how the quality of the images on the video turns out. So before I lose my grip and several $1,000s worth of camera gear goes tumbling to the earth, I'm going to call it quits and then go back and see what the different videos look like. Maybe I can make it back to the house, but my right hand is starting to really hurt, so I think I'm going to set everything down and wrap it up. I specifically chose very challenging lighting for this test, with a mix of direct sun, dappled shadows, and made a few turnarounds to vary the light. Looking at the two videos side by side, for the most part, the Osmo Pocket held up pretty well. Sure, the EOS R maintained more detail in the shadows and highlights, and handled the variable lighting a little bit better, but the EOS R's video was also a lot less stable, due in no small part to the lack of IBIS on the newest Canon mirrorless body. And the Osmo Pocket does have a 3-axis gimbal. I could have done some video stabilization and post-processing on the Canon, but I wanted this to be a head-to-head, side-by-side, straight out of the camera comparison. The Canon's colors are a little better, as they normally are, but the Osmo Pocket did a pretty good job in this category also. One thing where the Canon combo definitely topped the Osmo Pocket was weight. Man, how do you vloggers do it? I know many of you who do this with a big sports body like a Canon 1DX2 and a heavy f2.8 lens slapped on the front. And having hauled combinations like this around more NFL sidelines, MLB parks, NBA and NHL arenas and soccer pitches than I can remember over the years, I can't imagine holding this rig 2 feet from my body for any extended period of time. I only lasted about 5 minutes before my arm started giving out. Admittedly though, I might have made it a little longer if I'd been able to change hands, which I couldn't do because I had the Osmo Pocket in the other hand. The Canon system is 10 times as heavy as the Pocket, and it also costs 10 times as much. So the question is it 10 times better in this application? Not necessarily. Don't get me wrong, in no way am I saying the Osmo Pocket's camera is anywhere near as good as the EOS R. What I am saying though, is for the casual vlogger doing mostly run and gun shooting, it's hard to beat the Osmo Pocket, almost at any price. Here are a couple still images of the setup I used in this video. If you want to know more about the Osmo Pocket equipment I used in this comparison, I'll be doing a detailed review of a couple selfie sticks for the Osmo Pocket, an all-metal phone and Osmo Pocket holder, and a few small LED lights that work very well with the latest camera from DJI. If you like this video, do me a favor and hit the like button below. If you didn't like it, feel free to click on the thumbs down, but add a comment or two to help me get better. And if you want to be notified of all the new episodes coming in the near future, hit the subscribe button over there or down below this video. Thanks for watching. I'm Dennis, and this has been Pics to Flicks.